Good afternoon, saints. Yeah, just for a short while. Just see what God wants me to say and just get on from here. So I trust that everybody had a wonderful week. Based on what I've seen and the faces I've seen here, everybody's faces so vibrant. It was so wonderful. And as we come out here, and in spite of the weather condition, we're still making, because in spite of our distance we're traveling from, we're still making sure we come to the house of the Lord. Yeah, while the majority of the people is out in the world, and they say they're having a good time. I don't know what is it, what is this good time? But when you come to the house of the Lord, that is the best time. Yeah, the best time. In spite of our conditions, some of us may go through some situation, but we still make sure we be here. That is so wonderful. God loved that. But today I'll be talking from the book of John chapter 15. John chapter 15 from 1. So we're going to talk about it for just a short while. So I want to say today I'm so happy that I accepted Christ as my Lord and Savior. And from the time I go through a lot of different trials, testing, but I feel happy that I didn't fall. I still continue to serve the Lord. Chapter 15, 1. I feel happy that I still continue to serve the Lord. In spite of all the testing time I go through, I still hold on to Jesus. That is so good.
Hold on.
And I'm back in Grenada. Approximately about 20 of us get baptized. If about maybe about 3 or 4 of us remain, is a lot. Some of them fell and went back into the world, and they're going to live the same sinful life. I felt it for them, because what they're saying, some of them saying that the kind of dispute that they have now, that Jesus Christ is walking in their life no more. They're asking themselves, how this person surviving and prospering, how come I can prosper? Or who is this God? And they begin to ask all kind of questions and they doubt him. I spoke to somebody yesterday and they have the same idea. That is not true, that's a trick of the devil. That is a trick of the devil. The Bible called God Lord. He owns everything. And you see, God is good. Because He gives us wisdom, He gives us knowledge, and He gives us understanding. So when He created us, He didn't make us empty. He filled us up with a lot of information. So how can we say there is no God? He gives us ideas. So we can use all these ideas to survive. On the other hand, when God is so good, He created us and He put us on this earth. He put fruits, vegetables, animals, so much food for we to eat. Isn't that a good God?
Amen.
But still that people can't see that. He gives us all the materials. Sand, stone, wood, all these materials to build houses. Gold, silver, diamond. He told Adam, he said, look at what the gold is, he said, oh, what the precious, and he said, it's good. He's showing that. How can we say there is no God? And something that I like about the Lord, he said, he told Abraham, he's going to make him a father of many nations. That is a powerful word.
Amen.
Now the Americans said they copy it. And they said that the system was on the founding fathers. Founding fathers. So you see, fathers are very important. Because when I go back and study what father is very, very deep. He says the word father means source and it means sustainer. So whatsoever you make, you have to sustain it.
Yeah.
And how can we say there is no God? So you and I, the pastor, and all those men have children. Some of us may have kids, some of them may say, oh, that's too much work, I cannot take it. What you make, you have to sustain it.
Amen.
Fathers, stand up with your children. And today that we see so much problem in our society today. As I said, where there is no fathers, become a threat to national security. And we see it happening in our communities today. So many killing. So many young people are very angry. No fathers. As I can remember, I grew up with a young man. And I wonder why he's so angry all the time. We played and he just turned into violence. After when he grew up, he told me, see what? The reason I was so angry, I used to see so much, I love my father around, and I love my father. No, that was very sad. No father. So fathers play a very important role in our society and communities. So no reason why God calls us fathers. And there is a lot of young ladies today have babies and no fathers. You can't see them. So many things going on in our community. And it's alarming. And today the government can't control it today. Because the government they're going to handle it. And the government take over the authority in their hand. And they decide they're going to take care of it because the family can't do it no more. And you see they're making a whole mess. Nothing could beat the original home, fathers and mothers. You don't take a whole community to grow up a child. That is not true.
No.
That is not true.
Mother and father.
Mother and father have to have responsibilities.
Yeah.
God give we as men the authority to do that. But a lot of men run from it.
Yeah.
They want to bite more than they go through. So we must establish to have some respect for ladies. Ladies are wonderful people.
Yeah.
You think you're going to finish on, when you look at a woman, you think you're going to finish to understand them? They are wonderful creatures. Wonderful creatures. And God knows the reason why He created them.
Yeah.
But we as men, we don't understand them. A lot of us don't understand them. They are wonderful people, outstanding people. So we have to have respect for these people. Have respect. Have respect for them. Now the Bible says, there is something interesting the Bible says. When God created man, He says that He gave them dominion. Yeah. God never said give man dominion over any human being. No, the Bible didn't say that.
No, yes, it's true.
He never said that. The Bible never said He was dominion over man. That's the reason why human beings don't want to tell them what to do. When you give human beings an instruction, they're always angry. Although they're going to do it, but they're still angry. Because they don't like to tell what to do. How God created us. The only thing He asked us, what He asked us to do, to serve our gift. So we have to be servant to our gift. We have to serve it. Whatsoever gift that He gave us, we have to serve it. That's all. He never said over people. He never said over man. He said, be a servant to your gift. If you have any kind of gift, that's what we have to serve it. Not over human beings. So God don't like people that God don't like dictators. He don't like dictators. He don't like oppressors. He don't like people like to victimize people. He don't like these things on them. God hates these things on them. Absolutely hate them. So we as believers, we have to be careful when we come into the kingdom. Because we're representing God. We have to be loving. We have to be kind. We can't lie. We can't steal. We got to be very honest. That's what God wants from us. So the book I'm going to read from is from St. John chapter 15. Here he's saying here, he said, I am the true vine. My Father is the husbandman. This is a very powerful statement Jesus Christ is making here. You see, his Father is the husbandman. So when I look up all this definition of all these different words and then what he's talking about, is have a lot of significance here. A lot of significance. So I just want to get the right information here, what he's saying. Okay, this back here. I try to get all the information and put them in order, so I don't want to make no mistake. Yes. He said the husbandman. So when you look at the definition of husbandman, he's not talking about a married man. No, he's not talking about a married man. He's looking at somebody that owns a piece of property. Right. And he dressed that land. Take care of it, plant everything. Right. So he dressed the whole land. So that's what he said, the husbandman. So that's what God is. And he's absolutely right. Look at the auto we live in here. He dressed it for us. And today we have people saying, quarreling and cussing and talking about this God. But this is wrong. He dressed together for us. And he asks us what to do, replenish it. Anything on the verge of extinction, you have to be very careful. Look at it to see what's going to extinct. And if you don't be very careful today, we as human beings are going to be extinct. Because if the government begin to give gay and lesbian rights, human race will be extinct. Because two men cannot make a baby. Two women can't. They have to adapt. So if the government go to give them rights, there will be no replenishment. The whole world is going to be extinct. There is no human being. No reproduction. So that's why they said to multiply and replenish. So anything on the verge of extinction, if you say like, okay, like people begin to kill all the whales, hunt on whales, afterwards they have none. So when they see that 100 remain, they have to stop and let the population increase. If you're hunting bears and you see like hunting bears and see begin to extinct, you have to stop. So the government have to look after that. So that he said to replenish those on the verge of extinction. So if the human race begin to fall victim to the system that we have today, gay and lesbianism, what will happen to the world population? And today they want to teach it in school. And today I love the internet. I love the internet a lot. But the internet can be very dangerous. Because all the type of secrets that we so hide from our children, now they're exposed to them now. All the information are there. Sometimes the kids are there, you know what they're looking at. You don't know. There is no restriction. So in those days, Jesus Christ called it, they call it medium. A medium. So what the word medium comes from the word mediator. And then they get the word the news people. You call the news people again? The media. So they all meant the same. So it meant the source of information. What Jesus Christ said is, Jesus Christ said, I am the mediator between God and man. So all the source of information what we need from him. Not for what that's what our politicians giving us. Not for what our politicians giving us. They're corrupting us more. And our children will be in trouble. A lot of trouble. So this isn't right. They think they get matches so fast because they have some information. But that is not maturity. That is lawlessness. It's lawlessness. And you can see how much. So today it's very easy. You can go on the internet and you can see how to make a gun. Ready to make a bomb. All the information are there. How to kill someone is right there. All this information are exposed. Everything is there. And this thing is very dangerous. So Jesus Christ said, I am the true vine. So when he said, I am the true vine. Now when you do in vine, you have the branches and you have the stem. So the branches go on attached to the stem. So after some time, if it's not producing, they will come and cut off the branch. They will cut them off and pile them up after they burn them. So Jesus Christ said that we as believers, once we come to him and we're not bearing fruits, what will happen? I said my mother, she plants a couple of tree, and she calls them male. And then those are the ones, the male, that are bearing, she cut it down. And then when she knows there is a female nutmeg tree and a male nutmeg tree. So if the male she knows that can't produce, she cut it down. That is what Jesus Christ is saying. He said, I am the true vine. I'm not a fake, I'm not an imposter. I am the real one. So if you come to me and chat to me and graft to me, you're going to prosper. So he said, I am the true vine. And my Father is the husbandman. So my Father do all the planting, all the preparation. I am representing him. That's what he's saying here. I am the true vine. And he says, okay, he said, every branch in me that beareth not fruit is taken away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purges it. He purges it, and that may be bring forth more fruit. So you use the word project. The word project means to purge, means to clean of guilt and to free from moral and ceremonial defilement. So when you come to Christ, you accept Jesus Christ. Your old ways that you have, you cannot have the same way and come and still live with Christ. So I used to see some people, they come to Christ, they still want to go to the Obi house. They want to go to the Obi house too. They want to have the husband and still have what they call a keeper. They still want to lie. They still want to steal. They still want to be dishonest. You can't do that. No. You're going to be cut off. You're going to be disqualified. You know, if you're a police officer and you're doing your duty and they catch you doing something wrong, what do they think they're going to do to you? They go, yes, exactly. They'll get rid of you. They will get rid of you. So if we as representatives of Christ, we have to do exactly what he says. We can't be the double standard. We have to be honest and be faithful with Jesus Christ. Because he said he's not an imposter. He's not an imposter. So if we don't bear fruits, when we be purged, for example, when I was growing up, I had my mother say, okay, after some time of the season, like if you saw plenty mangoes and based on what you eat, that you are purged. And they used to give you something called castor oil. But that thing bad. Sometimes Cherokees can get leaks just to drink it. So every time they give you this purging out to clean out inside. So to make sure there is no kind of old stuff inside of you. Get rid of all the old stuff. Yeah. I remember when I used to do, she used to have in the candies after you take the dose of medication. Then they give the candy the salt in order to take the taste from the mouth. So she's making sure that the kids remain healthy. Because she's been looking at them very carefully and see all the things that they're consuming. So that's what Jesus says. So this is not to take all the bacteria from you. He's talking about our ways. No. Our attitude, our behavior. Rebellion. He's talking about all these things and then he's very careful about it. So you see how God cares. He's very caring. So he said to clear all guilt. Sometimes we may do some things in our lives and we ask God for forgiveness. But sometimes they come back into our minds. And it's not may tormenting us. But God already take up all this guilt from us already. Cleanse us. But the same guilt now, if you don't be careful, we could make it turn back and go back into the world. Because it is an attack. It is an attack. And it'll be tormenting because a lot of people have the same problem. You know, the same problem when they go back. He said we're free from moral. So our moral is very important. Our moral standard is to teach us, to make us know when something is wrong and when something is right. But today, our moral standard is nowhere. It's gone. Look at the world today. The morality is morality in our community is the order of the day. They legalize things are wrong. Most of the things that are wrong, they legalize it. And people are doing it just as a norm. No restriction over it no more. But in the kingdom of God, you cannot do that. God will accept that in his kingdom. Because if these things and you can't coexist in the kingdom of God, you have to be clean. That just Christ said there is no neutral grounds. In either you're cold or you're hot. And he said if you're lukewarm, he's going to speak you out of his mouth. So you have to take a stand. I could remember when the Germans was invading Europe, the Russians said to Adolf Hitler, you see, when they told Adolf Hitler, they said that they're not against, they're not for, and they're not against. Adolf says you have to either against or you're for. There is no neutral grounds. He told the Russians that. So that's the same thing with God. He's either you for or you're against. So he said that you can't put clean wine in a dirty bottle. We have to be very specific when we come into God. Because he said when you're ready to prune the tree, he's going to cut up all the branches of them. They're not bearing fruits. And they will burn them. So when we come to Christ, we have to start winning souls. We must win souls. We have to talk to people. And sometimes, if you don't talk, your attitude have to show it. Your attitude have to show it. You can't be boisterous, being angry at people, being disrespectful. And after what you want to tell them about Jesus, they won't listen to you. Your lifestyle, your attitude have to show it. For example, you can't tell a child, don't smoke cigarette when they're smoking. You can't tell them to go and read a book, and you say don't read. You can't go and tell the child, the son, okay, every man must have his own wife, but you have three yourself. It's wrong. So your behavior, attitude have to show. People look at examples too. And that is a lot of things a lot of believers making. They're not showing no example at all. We have to have a specific standard. Our self-improvement have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. Because you know something? Everybody have an attitude. Everybody has an attitude. But which one is the right one? So attitude have to change. And that is why I live my Christian life. It doesn't matter where I go. I still be the same person. Still be the same person. For example, I didn't even know that. And this lady from India come and she said to me, she said, Francis, I see people come in this place here. They laugh at you today and tomorrow they are angry. But you do the same thing every day? I didn't even know that. No, I didn't know. A lady from the Philippines told me the same thing. So this is how we have to live. So when I live like that now, and I want to talk about Jesus Christ, they will believe. All I'm going to say, someone come and say, Francis, which church you going to? Which church you going to? Which church you going to? And I always forget, I say, I have to talk to Pastor Duncan for me to get some card, so I would hand out to them. Because they want to come to our church. And I didn't tell them anything. Just because the way I live, I show my respect to them. When I call everybody, I say, good morning, sir. Good morning, miss. I show them a lot of respect. And not one day they help me to use obscene language. I hope that guys will be sweating inside all the time. I don't do that. I don't do it. So you have to be very careful. We as believers, we have to have respect. So Jesus Christ says now, look at what he says here. Any tree that bears no fruit will be cut up. When they prune the tree, be thrown into the fire. Our Christian life have to measure up with how we live. Because there's a lot of children around us, young people around, a lot of young people looking at us, but we don't know. Even our children is looking at us. They're looking at our behavior. And if you want to be reckless and wise, they don't want to be around us. They want to listen to somebody else. So we have to treat them respect, and we have to be very honest with what we believe. He says, now, ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. So this word is here, he says, spoken unto you. There's another part in the book of St. John where you read from, say, Jesus Christ said, I am the word. In the beginning was the word. He said he was the word. But what the word do? So when you go back and you read the original, like the Hebrew text, he's going to say to you, God idea. So what a word do? A word express a thought. That's what a word does. The word express the thought, and it becomes a word. Because if I hear now, I don't say nothing. You don't know what I'm thinking. He's going to speak. Yeah. Then he expressed what in my mind. So that's what the Bible says Jesus Christ is the word. So Jesus Christ, when he said he's the word, he's very honest. So he tells me exactly what is in God's mind. So he's not lying. He tells me exactly what is for his mind. And he comes to here. So when he comes to us, then you get the word ideology. And then you get the word philosophy. So everything is based on a philosophy, as I always told this morning. Philo, the word philo means thought. It means love. The phi means to love your thought. So what comes from God? What comes from God's mind Christ expressed it. Because I say He is the Word.
Yes.
So the Word means to speak, to explain. And that we have to take it. So the Word, Jesus Christ is the Word. Because if there is no Word, we cannot communicate. So that's where all the information is. So most of all the top men today, like you call they could articulate well, they could speak very well. They know how to convince people, they want to manipulate people. But Jesus Christ don't do that. Jesus Christ is very honest when He speaks. So you don't use the word for personal gains. No, He's very honest. Because from the beginning, the word been messed up. Lucifer messed up the whole thing. No, Jesus Christ had to come back to fix what Satan already messed up. So He said, my word is true. So sometimes when they go in the courthouse and you accuse somebody, they always want a second witness, a two person, to make sure what they say is true. So Jesus Christ come and say, Jesus Christ said He had two witnesses. He had His Father and the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit. So the whole three of them said the same thing. So when you go to the court now, the reason why I have a third person, they want to hear if the person going to say the same thing what you said. So it's always honesty in the court, in the high courts of God. So that's what Jesus Christ wants us to be. So when we live like that, our lifestyle will attract people to come into the church. We have to be consistent. The Word of God. So if we don't bear fruit, we're going to be caught off and we're going to keep out of the kingdom. That's what He says. He says, abide in me and in you, as the branches cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can He except He abide in me. So if you abide in Christ, by abiding in Christ, then we're going to know everything about Jesus Christ Himself. Just by abiding in Him and obeying everything He says. So He says that you won't be deceived. There is no deception there. There will be effect. You're going to benefit something from His Word. That's what He's saying here. He said, I am the vine. Ye are the branches. So when I look at the word branches here, the word branches here symbolizes nature, fertility, and life. It also represents balance, learning, growth, and harmony. These things are very important. Harmony. So you see how God wants us to be so peaceful. He wants our minds to be so clear. He wants to get rid of stress, frustration, worries. Look at today. He told them, He said, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Because when I sit down and I think about all these things, why did Jesus Christ say these things? When I go back to the Old Testament, He says, God created, first of all, He created everything out of nothing. And then when He created, then He made stuff of what He created. So He get the material that He made. Now today, what man does? So we have to be able to distinguish what is God made and what is man made. You're going to see a lot of product made in China, made in America, made here, made there. There's a lot of things that man made that God didn't make. Stress is one. God didn't make stress. Frustration, God didn't make that. Depression, God didn't make that. Victimization, God didn't make that. Hatred, God didn't make that. So when the type of system which we're living in here today, they give us so much stress. And they want us to be like that. So what they did now, they build another institution. When we get sick, they put us right there. They know exactly what they do. They build prisons, hospitals, and they are the one that propagated the problem. They will never try to solve the problem. Look at today. You think you could buy a house in Canada? They build some house, if the wolf pass and then puff and he puff. The house is then falling. $1 million for it. That's a lot of stress. Lots of stress. They created the problem. We're going to get the money. When you take a loan from the bank, you have to pay interest on the same money. So you're paying double. Man, and the stress. See, all is man-made. God didn't say that. Jesus Christ said, don't worry. He said, look at the birds, look at the lily of the valley. The birds of God feed the grass on the feet. How God deal with them? And God economy is always the best. Because it says in the church, pay 10%. But God and tax never go. God tax always remain the same. 10%. Today you have to pay all the matter. GST, PST, provincial, all different type of taxes you have to pay. When you get this $1, maybe 40 cents more you get it for $1. But God tax always remain the same. 10%. Never go up, never go down. Man is not like that today. They're very dishonest. So you see, all this amount of stress that they create in our society is to get rid of us.
Yeah.
People here getting great before time. I never see people last for this past while without Grandma Harris made a ball. There is more bald head than everything else. More gray hair. Too much stress. Too much stress. The hospital can help people. Hospital can help people now. Marriage is falling apart. They do all these things and then man-made stuff. Man-made stuff. So all what they do now, they try to see if they could feel see if they could be like God. But they cannot solve the problem. They make it worse. And that's what Lucifer liked. Lucifer liked that. The Bible said he's a thief and he's a liar. Jesus Christ says, he's come and he says, when you know the truth shall set you free. And this is what we're running from. We're running from the truth. He said, you want to be hated by our nation because of me. They don't want you to know the truth. They hide it and they call it, you have to sow to secrecy. Sow to secrecy. Only accept that sow to secrecy. What do you have to hide? And as Pastor was saying the last time, he said when they put themselves to come and talk, they also say, you have something to hide, you're hiding something. They're hiding everything. They are the one that hiding. Secret organization. So much pressure they're giving people today. And when you ask for a raise on your job, it's a big problem. Just to get a simple raise. They don't want to give you. So they want you to continue in stress. And this is what our Father in heaven is what Jesus Christ says. When the disciples came to him, they said, Lord, teach us how to pray. That's what John taught the disciples. He said, when you pray, they say, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. That is economy. That is God's economy. Man economy is not like that. Man economy is to see us suffer, to see us stress. Look at the people dying like fly these days because of man-made stuff. They cannot fix the problem. They're propagating it more. So this is what we're in today. Look at marriage falling apart. Children are very angry. Wives are very angry. There is not enough money. Wives are angry. And one of the key thing that break up a marriage is money. Money. Money is the key. And they know that. Because the Bible says, for the love of money, you lead to evil. So these are things that must address. And all these things out in the world, they bring it into the church. But the church economy don't work as the world. Because Jesus Christ said, he said, when you find the kingdom, you'll find everything. He says, seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. So when you find the kingdom, you'll find everything. It's like a package. You don't have to search no more. You have everything is there. So you want us to come back in harmony. And he talked about again our image. He said the image of a willow tree represents strength, stability, and structure of the trunk, standing firm withstanding the greatest of challenges. The greatest challenges that you go face is like a tree. You've got to be firm. So that's why Jesus Christ says, He is the rock. So when you use the word rock, if you are a builder, I know Brother Telesport and Pastor Vic are involved in construction most of the time. When you want to get a foundation, when you hear the word rock, the word foundation means rock bottom. So Jesus Christ do the dirty work for us. And He said, if you have to build, you must start to build on me. Nowhere else. He said, if you build any other way, is what? Sinking sand. He said, but if you build on me, you're going to withstand. All what nature brings to you, you're going to withstand it. All what it will bring to you, you're going to withstand it. And today some people don't want to do it. So today we find people are stressed out, they're sick, they don't have enough money, and the list goes on, and I don't want to serve this God, but it's got to help me no more. I give up. But it says in the book of James, chapter 1, he said, count it all joy when you be tried. Count it all joy. He said, count it all joy. Yeah. What is the reason for trying? To prove that there is no fault. You could be tried, God could be trying you for 10 years. That's right. 15 years. 20 years. Yeah. You could be tried. Sometimes when you reach something, when they get going through the trials, and they reach 2 years, 3 years, they give up. Just God help me no more. They give up. They go back into the world. But you don't know how long God will try you. You see, just as gold is tried, He says, some to the fire, some to the flood. Brothers and sisters, you will go through some testing time. This world is not a nice place. So we have to be strong in order to endure to the end. And we have an adversary, don't forget him. That adversary is Satan, and he's not making no joke at all. Some of us are going to give up, but he don't give up. He's relentless. He's going to come after you, attack after attack. Sometimes you heard about it today, and then your feet start hurting, your lower back start hurting you. You may pray as never before, and no healing inside. Your children may be going astray. You may pray, nothing happening. You give up. But He says, pray without ceasing. You don't know when God is going to intervene. So that's why He tells us we must have faith. Faith is important. He talks about long suffering. But the thing is now, what God is saying now, He says, Jesus Christ told us, don't store your treasures on earth, but store it in heaven. So you see, when most people think, okay, our physical life is, that's it. But God is talking about when we live here. That's the most important. When we live here, what is happening on the other side? Because as I said before, this lady called me to pray for her. I never met her. She said she was walking on the stairs and she fell down and she went in a coma. And she says that she traveled a lot of places. And her brother died a long time and she met her brother. And she said many other people are dying, physically. And the brother said, what are you doing here? She had to go back. She told me that she told her to go back. And she saw a bright light appear. And she goes through the light. And she's alive today. So none of us think when we're dead, we finish. No, that is not what God's talking about. Remember what the Bible says in the beginning. God created man. Man was the name of the species. It's a plural word. It means both male and female. So what God did now, He built a house for man, which is my body and your body. Right. So the man living inside his body. So once one died, the man exited the house. So I've been talking to somebody recently. I said, look at people talking about race and complexion. So the Lord gave me an idea. He said, let's say you build a house. When you finish building, what is the last thing you do? You paint the house. You paint it. And today people paint the house with all different type of colors. So the house, the one that is you and I, He paint our body. He paint the house. Simple. People are dark complexion. People have brown complexion. Some people say red Indian. This are different complexion. And that is wonderful. God finished building the house and he painted. That's all. And I went to buy some paint in Grenada. And they call it weather God paint. So you can withstand the weather. Some of our complexion, we got, based on where we live, right, the paint can withstand the weather. Ain't it? Right. So in other words, based on the complexion, the heat there, so you have to, the complexion there, you have a relationship with the sun. And the people that live in cold places, the paint is different. That is all about it. Just like snow. Exactly. So God is very clever. Based on where you live, He gives you the paint to suit. So our body is just as a house for man. And the thing about it, our body don't have some expiry date. Where the man supposed to live? It's very simple. Very, very simple. So when we live here, we are done. So that's what Jesus Christ is saying. So Jesus Christ is getting us ready for when we're ready to exit this house. So He wants us to make that decision before we exit that house, which we call it death. So the Lord cares about everyone. The Bible says, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So after we exit this house is expired. God making sure that there is another house for you. Yeah. Another house for you. He said, my Father's house, there are many mansions. Alright, so you go to prepare a place for us. So that's a lot of hope, brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters, don't give up. Be good. Yeah. If we involve in anything that is sinful, give it up. Because when the Bible says when Jesus Christ is going to prune the branches, He's going to cut them off. He's going to cut it off. I see people, but when I was walking this land back in Grenada, and I cut down a lot of trees at one, and I pile them up, and I burn them. That is the same kind of thing what the Lord is saying here. So my brothers and sisters, I feel so happy to look at all these beautiful faces of you. Brothers and sisters, all of you are very special. I don't know how special you are. You are very valuable, beautiful people. Do not give it up for nothing. Hold on to Jesus. Do not condemn yourself. All of us here, we are wonderfully made. The Bible says we are wonderfully made. So as I come to the close, I want everybody to have a great week, and may the Lord bless all of us. I would like to call on Pastor Duncan.
Amen.